It's the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast with Alex Trataros, John Meleka, and Raisi on the beat. Let's go.
Yo, what's good, everyone? Alex Trataros here with another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. And with me is always my buddy, my coach, my pal, the man with the plan, the one and only, the one and only, the one and only, John Meleka.
This is vacation, Alex.
Oh yeah, it's getting ready for vacation. Alex. Gonna be gone for 3 days, but you know what it is. Gotta get people hyped for this weekend because guess what, John? The schedule will drop. The schedule will drop.
Yeah.
But before we do that, we get into all that, see how you're doing. Everyone, if you listen to this podcast and you're not subscribed already, come on, help your brothers out. We're on all audio listening platforms. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon Alexa, Stitcher, you name it. We are there. If you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, please make sure to give us that 5-star rating. And if you listen to us on Apple, please make sure to leave a comment. We're also on this internet platform called YouTube. Knicks, Jets, etc. Yeah, youtube.com. Knicks, Jets, etc. Period. Find the page, subscribe, hit that notification bell. That way you know when a new episode drops. And when you watch a video, hit the like button, leave a comment, engage with us. Let us know your thoughts, especially for this one. We need to know the Jets fans' feelings on this schedule drop. Okay, so please make sure to leave a comment and let us know your thoughts and opinions. And while you're over at our YouTube channel, we got another podcast, Winning Picks Weekly. John, video producer Greg, our boy, Chip Murphy. These guys go down everything. NBA, MLB, NHL, NFL, you name it. They got you covered. College basketball. They got college. They're going to probably do college football too, for all I know, coming up. These guys...
Dude, I'm currently addicted to parlays for less than $1 that win me $1 million or over. So just jump to Winning Picks Weekly. I have so many divisions, so many cross things going on. Only less than $1 though. Bet responsibly for those.
Exactly. Bet responsibly, as you heard, John. $1. Doesn't break the bank. Yeah. $1.
Less. It won't even let me bet $1.
And then last and certainly not least, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. We are there. My guy, John, what up, bro? How you doing today? How you feeling?
I'm great, man. I'm great coming off that Rangers win. Game 5 at the Garden was
they were down and they came back. Came back.
Here's the thing, man. I'm starting to realize about the Garden and the energy in the first quarter, in the first period. It's difficult, man. It's difficult to maintain. So I feel like when we're down a little bit in the beginning, it's it kind of works in our favor. Well, you could ask the guy next to me when we were down 1, when we were down 2. I was just like, give me one. Just give us one. Give the Garden one goal, and it's about to be over. And then it was just rapid fire, man. 1 goal, 2 goals. And then I don't even know how Pittsburgh got their third goal. It was like a FIFA goal where you just scored. All of a sudden, they pump out a goal. I didn't even have to literally look at my phone to see. We were still celebrating our goal. I had no idea what happened. In hockey, when the other team scores, it's like nobody has a clue what's going on. So it's pretty. It's awesome, man. I'm reeling. And then we have this Jet schedule coming out right now. IQ is at the game. Like everything's good right now, man. Everything's pretty good. EPL coming to a close. All the sports are great. But we're living in Jets land right now. Jets schedule, Rangers playoffs, NBA playoffs. I don't know. Life is good. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Just dropped an article today for KnicksFanTV.com. So go make sure to check that out over there.
Speaking of IQ.
Speak about Manuel quickly. Man's got a lot of attention in the last 24 hours. You got stats coming out today showing how he's a good defender. You got my article out today. You got Fred Katz talking about him. You got the guys over at Pod Strickland through the Strickland talking about him today. There's a lot going on about Manuel Cookie. He was at the Rangers game last night. As you said, you even text us that, I should say. You text us that he was at the game. rooting for the Rangers, which is awesome to see. Embracing the New York City culture.
Looking good in that Rangers hoodie.
Woo! And that's not the first time he's wore that Rangers hoodie. There was when he was a rookie, he was rocking that stuff too. It's fresh, man. The one he's got is fresh. It is fresh. But yeah, man, I'm excited to get into this Jet schedule, man. We've had a lot of leaks. We've had a lot of burner accounts creating fake
a lot of everything, man. We had a lot of everything.
Info, fake news out there about the schedule release. But don't worry, we're going to break this all down.
In the name of justice, apparently. God,
yes, all in the name of justice.
Literally, I mean, just talk about all Twitter coming together in one person. He is the epitome of Twitter in one person. Get everybody hyped for no reason, make everybody believe you because you why else would you be wasting so much time and doing all this? You got your followers, and then turns out it was all just a joke, make some crude remarks, and it was all for justice. Good job, bro. It's just that's totally what Twitter is. Just garbage in, garbage out sometimes.
I will say I do like how he said how easy it was just to fool people. It just makes me laugh. It's great out there.
Anybody who bought a plane ticket, and I'm the crazy people that's buying tickets today and flight arrangements and doing crazy stuff. If you're an idiot and you booked a plane ticket or a hotel off of NFL schedule leaks that he made the account 2 minutes ago, then you are a dummy, my friend. You deserve all the bad things to happen to you, but you have cancel fees, so they're fine anyway.
And on that note, we got someone else joining us with today to break down this the actual release of the NFL schedule. We got our one and only video producer, Greg, and co-host of Winning Picks Weekly. And I know these guys are going to go over the NFL schedule with Chip and break this down and put their odds on it because we already had a discussion before. Spreads are out. Who's taking the over on the Jets to win? And John's probably going to be taking that over. So, but Greg, how you doing, bro? How you feeling today?
Dude, I'm doing great. To your point, I'm very excited to look at everyone's over and under now that the full list is out for everyone. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great weekend, just breaking everything down. And what more? I mean, how excited are we? This is the Jets. First of all, I mean, we don't have to get into week one yet. We'll get into it. But an amazing schedule for us to really prove where we're at as a franchise. It's a tough schedule. These are some tough opponents, both at home and on the road. So I'm excited. But, dude, we're locked and loaded. Off-season acquisitions, draft acquisitions, maybe some post-draft acquisitions. There's rumors rumbling here and there. So, dude, I'm ready to go. I'm fired up. I'm ready to get into this.
Let's go. And I know John's getting ready to go out to Lambeau. He's got the tickets out there. He's ready to be out there. He knew. Okay, he's not following fake burner accounts, people. He's listening to actual reporters, and not the check marks that are retweeting. That burner account, but he's following actual legitimate sources, and it's like, oh, Packers are there. All right, I got you. Will Parkinson, Will Parkinson, friend of the show.
Whoa, actually, so the one we pay for, the Athletic, they actually got it right. I was following their beat reporter, and they had the Packer stuff going on, a little trio. Will Parkinson, who had Broncos week 15, screaming Broncos right. Week 15, he got it wrong. Broncos aren't week 15. Broncos are week 7. So, I was sticking up for our boy, and then someone called me out on Twitter. I just literally pulled the Castellanos gif out. That's the best I can do. He's like, yo, you doubted me. I just posted the Castellano gif.
Oh man. Well, I'm looking at the Broncos schedule, and it's either between the Browns or the Broncos that I'll be flying out for one of those games. That's what I'm looking at right now.
What are you, Broncos or
Browns?
Browns not gonna have Deshaun Watson. That's kind of tough.
It's only honestly the rest of the year is packed for me before next season.
That's fair.
So Steelers is one that my friends are thinking about, but I got a wedding that weekend, so I can't go to that one. But Broncos, that's my birthday weekend. That's my birthday weekend.
Ooh, okay. So you're gonna have to keep me posted about that because you've been calling out Denver for this is the second year in a row now. You've been saying I want to go to Denver. I want to go to Denver. So if you end up actually doing that, yeah, you let me know, man, because I'm gonna be at Lambeau the week before. As soon as that, like you said, from the Athletic came out, I booked that flight before it came out. I booked some tickets right now. Hopefully, maybe get some resale on that to make my journey a little bit cheaper. The reason why you see me pulling out a headphone once in a while here is because I actually have one of the Packers hotels been on hold for over an hour here. Just trying to get a hotel, and that's the last stop. So I'm really excited for that. I got the Patriots tickets on lock. I'll be there for that home game, Halloween weekend. So those are definitely the ones that I'm like definitely going to. The Miami, I was so excited to go to Miami, but that's not going to work for me either. So right now, I'm looking at Patriots at home, definitely, and Lambeau on the road. You're looking at Browns and Denver on the road. Greg, this guy's from Boston, and look what he's talking about. You, our man in upstate, Kingston, New York. Shout out.
How dare you? I'm not
4-5,
from Boston. Don't you
the
dare
one
say I'm
and
from
only.
Boston.
You're living in Boston.
Thank you. Let's get that straight.
Residing.
The one and only.
Thank you.
My man's in Kingston. What are you excited to go? Are we gonna make it out to a Jets game this year?
Nah, I've been to one Jets game my whole life. That was enough for me. I like watching the games. I like fantasy football. I like betting. The at the game stuff, I mean, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, but not my scene.
Let me tell you something. Fair. The good thing about traveling is going to arenas where it's cheap. All right, and you can be close to the field. I went to a Titans game. I was 8 rows back. I went to a Titans game, the one where Darnold was out, McCown is in. We lose with the last 2 minutes to go.
Of course,
sucked. But $80 tickets to be 8 rows back. Yo,
it's pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Sometimes you gotta travel to go. Sometimes traveling is cheaper than going to the arena. But in case, depending on MetLife's not too bad. So it's MSG that's the killer. MSG is the killer, and so is Yankee Stadium. Let's keep it real.
And honestly, MetLife tickets are really expensive coming off the bat, off Ticketmaster. I just picked up some Patriots tickets.
You gotta wait. The thing is, like when we were watching Greg McElroy and all those guys, towards the later of the season, like, all right, we're doing discounts, $11 tickets in the stands.
Exactly, that's a different ballgame. Hopefully, that's not the case this year, man.
Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully that's not the case. But let's get into it, fellas. Let's get into this. We got the schedule up in front. As you know, for those of you who are still getting accustomed to this 17-game schedule, we got 18 weeks instead of 17 weeks. So that means instead of 16 games, we got 17 games. Just looking at the schedule, we got week 10 bye. So I like the late buys. That way you can just kind of get into a groove, take a break, and then close out the season strong. I hate week 4 buys. I feel like that's just a waste of a buy, honestly. Unless you're that team that can just knock off games, I feel like it's just a waste of a buy. So I'm actually like that. It's a week 10 buy. What do you guys think about that? First of all, before we get into everything. Week 10 buys, we're all in agreement on that?
I like it, especially because we got the Patriots the next week. So
it's right between the Bills and the Patriots.
We have Patriots, Bills, bye, Patriots. So that is the gauntlet for us of our division. We have to be playing strong. And to your point, Alex, week 10 is a spot where we've seen enough of the team and we can make corrections. We can get guys coming back that are healthy. Later in this season, week 14, week 13 or whatever, at that point your season's kind of set in a way. Yeah, you might be playing for position and stuff, but you're either probably making the playoffs or probably not. Early in the season, you just don't know. So I love the week 10 spot, and I love where we got it because, like I said, it's the gauntlet for us for the AFC East.
That's a fact. John, what are your thoughts on the week 10 bye?
I mean, it's perfectly in the middle. Andrew Brandt, who I listen to, who was part of the Packers office. He's definitely in tune with the league and the business side. He always says
you asked him if he what's like getting a ticket today
because he's a Green Bay season ticket holder, and I know that they're all sold out, and I need to resell them. So I was hoping for I know someone not going week 6 type deal, but that's not working out. Or anyone that's on his Twitter, don't think that's gonna work out. I bought some tickets, but hey, if it does, it does. You gotta try everything here. But I'm happy with it. He said they look for late bye weeks. And they also look for as it pertains to the Packers for some warm weather games. So I think week 6 is going to be a nice warm weather game for them. Probably why it's a little bit more expensive because they like to chill. But one of those things, real quick, just while we're on the Packers, and Greg, you mentioned real quick about just what I think about schedules. Just looking at it, the Packers, dude, they have a tough schedule, man.
Yeah,
everybody has them rocking really hard. Them and the Bills, those are and honestly the Rams a little bit. All 3 of those teams immediately jumped out to me as like, yo, they have tough games because it's everybody's like big game. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's gonna be
sure.
the Bills, like the Packers are coming to town or whatnot. But that's a little off tangent here. We're on the Jets, and the most interesting thing right off the bat that I saw from the Jets is, yo, look at the first 4 games. I promise. So shout out to Brian right, Costello from the Daily Post.
Yep.
From the Daily Post, from the New York Post. Sorry,
Yep.
that actually is the one that dropped the schedule. I thought it was fake for one reason and one reason only. The first 4 games are the
All
entire
divisions.
AFC North. I don't understand what's going on, dude. Like,
Yep.
what's going? And then when I looked at the Ravens schedule, their first 3 games of the entire AFC East, like, did we just like cheat on the test and like forget? Like, oh crap! Like, I forgot this entire division. All right, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, let's just go. That one's so weird to me.
It's very strange, but I like it. I actually like it because you kind of just get it off. You get it off. You just get it off your plate, man. You don't have to worry about the AFC North anymore. You're done. It's all set and through, and you kind of get a taste for some tough opponents, man. Honestly, it's going to tell us what the Jets are opening the first 4 weeks of the season. Ravens are going to be tough. Browns are going to be tough. I mean, they were pretty good. They were okay last season. They're still going to be tough. Bengals are going to be tough. I mean, they just came from the Super Bowl, and they're going to trying to make another run. And then you have the Steelers. Even though they're not the same old Steelers, that defense is still going to be tough. So it'll be interesting.
I'm with you 100%, man. That's a tough division to play, and we knew we had to play them. But, man, to start the season off 4 games in a row, I like the idea, Alex, of just getting it kind of out of the way, cleaned up, and then we can focus on our own division. But those are some 4 tough teams. If we come out of that 2-2, I'm all in on the season. I'm like, we're rocking, we're rolling. Let's get this going, because like you said, the Browns, that might be a winnable game. Steelers, definitely a winnable game. So we beat the Bengals last year.
Yeah. The question is going to be for the Browns, looking at them specifically, is going to be the Johnny Manziel, Deshaun Watson situation, right?
Of course.
So I don't think Deshaun Watson is going to be playing week 2. You're going to have Johnny Manziel out there, which
you're saying
he's going to
Johnny
be trying
Manziel,
to fight for his job.
Baker Mayfield.
Baker May. I mean, they all kind of are the same thing.
I'll
Short
take
quarterbacks,
Johnny Manziel. I'll, if they want to trot him out there, I'll play him.
All the same thing to me. Short quarterbacks that are inconsistent and doesn't seem to be promising for the Browns. Same shit, different day. But hey, that game is going to be interesting for me. But let's stick on week 1 for a second, as John is over here settling up his tickets to get to Lambeau, because that's what That is why John's not speaking for a little bit.
Gotta get it done. I hear you.
Gotta get it done, man. Hey, it's Lambeau. It's very hard to go watch your team play in Lambeau.
Only Jet game I've been to is when we had Brett Favre, because he was my favorite player growing up, on the Jets. Week 15, maybe, when we played Miami at home. Only Jet game I've been to. Absolutely heartbreaking loss. I think it ended our season. Never going back.
8-8, and that was it.
Yep.
And
I think we had a shot to make it and couldn't get it done.
Yeah. That's a rough one, man. That's a rough one.
Yep.
At least it's not like me. I think my first one, because my dad wasn't really big into when it came to Yankee games, he always took me to Yankee games.
Yeah.
But first Jets game I went to was a preseason against the Giants. Second one I went to was watching Greg McElroy play against the back then San Diego Chargers.
Okay.
So it was interesting because Greg, not you, Greg, but that Greg, didn't throw particularly well, was using his legs mostly, which was just an odd sight to see because he wasn't really known as the most mobile quarterback.
A Jet quarterback not throwing well. I can't imagine. Can't imagine.
Who would have thought?
Yeah.
Who would have thought? But let's stick back to
let's talk about
September. Yeah, September 11th, 1 p.m. CBS. Where the Jets are home, the home channel. What do you think, man? I think this game is going to be a fun game just for Zach Wilson to battle. Like, even though they're not going to be on the field at the same time against Lamar Jackson, Rams are typically known for a good defense. So I think it's going to be a good test week 1 to see where Zach Wilson stands, finishing off last season strong, now having a full offseason with the Jets, getting some new weapons, even though you're not going to see Garrett Wilson I'm not expecting him to be, like I said when we drafted him, that initial, like he's not going to be gangbusters week 1. That's not my prediction. But I still think it's going to be a good test to see where he is with all the weapons we got. Zach Wilson, just because the Ravens defense is known to be a good defense.
Dude, it's going to be a good defense. They were banged up. They were banged up before the season, during the season, and leading up to the playoffs or end of the season last year for them. So they're coming back. They're healthy. This is a battle to me. The first thing that stood out to me, this is a battle of the two teams that got A+ in their draft grades. How are these young players going to impact this game for both teams? The Ravens took a lot of people that we talked about leading up to the draft. Are they going to be incorporate, Kyle Hamilton what's his role going to be starting out there? They got a couple other good players through the draft. And then our draft guys. I mean, how's Sauce Gardner going to look playing whoever he's playing? I don't know if it's Bateman, or chances are they're going to pick up a veteran receiver or two before the season starts. So how is he going to look out there, Sauce? And then how's Breece Hall going to look against this Ravens defense? I know we got Michael Carter. He'll probably be the primary back maybe to start because he's got 1 year of experience in the system. But I'm excited to see this Ravens defense is going to be tough. They only got better, and they only got healthier this offseason. So I love that we're home to start. I like the test. I like the test in the Ravens right off the bat. It's going to be an exciting game. We won a couple games at home last year that early in the season that maybe people didn't expect us to. I don't know if this is going to be one, but it's going to be a great test for our team. I'm very excited.
For sure. Well, it looks like John's still on the line, so it's all good. It's all good. No, I thought he was ready to go. I thought his mic was unmuted for a second. So, anyway, yeah, I like the Ravens, but let's keep it. Well, let's look it down, man. We're seeing that most of the divisional games don't start until week 5, where we got the Dolphins, and then it picks back up week 8, where you got the Patriots, Bills, the bye week, Patriots. Week 14, you get the Bills again, and then you end the season with the Dolphins. It seems once again we're getting our divisional foes, most of the bulk of it during the middle of the season. And obviously I love the fact that we have divisional games end of the season, because I feel like it could always come down to like one game that you need against your divisional opponent to get that playoff spot. So I like that as well. I'm actually happy that it's against the Dolphins last game of the season, not the Patriots and not the Bills, because we know how good the Bills are. We saw how they did in the playoffs. We saw how they were able to come back and make that show that it was truly a show between Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes, just winding it up in the fourth quarter. So happy it's not that, because we see how good those teams are. And the Patriots, it's just trauma from the Patriots. I just don't feel like seeing them at the end of the season. So I'm happy it's the Dolphins.
Also, too, we ended the season last year against the Bills. And that's one thing that I went back and looked at our schedule last year, getting ready for the schedule drop this year. And it's something that I kind of forgot, because a lot of the narrative from Jets fans and, YouTubers, Twitter, all that stuff is like, oh, Zach Wilson looked pretty good down the stretch. Zach Wilson had a good back half of the season. We've said it on the show. I've said it on the show. I forgot that the last game of the season last year was like one of the worst offensive games we ever had against the Buffalo Bills. So I'm interested in how we're going to respond to that, how we're going to battle back against the Bills. But luckily we get them a little bit earlier in the season. We get the Dolphins at the end. I'm a little nervous about the end of this schedule, because the end of our schedule is a lot of our winnable games, a lot of our easier opponents at this point standing. We'll see obviously how it changes. I'm nervous that every game is going to be like a must-win for us if we're trying to make a playoff push. So that's going to add a ton of pressure. That's why I'm saying early in the season, those first 4 games, if we come out 2-2 going into our divisional games and kind of meat of our schedule, I think that sets us up for a great opportunity as the schedule unfolds.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I agree. I've been listening to you guys. Sorry, I was running back and forth. A little background. I'm not just doing something while we're recording. Since 8 o'clock, there's one hotel in Lambeau Field at the field. And I forgot what it's called already. And you have to call in at 8 o'clock. And I've been on hold for literally 1 hour and 40 minutes. And then we got Alex going on vacation here, so it's my bad. That's what I'm doing. That's why I'm on the phone. We're here for the love of the game, for the love of the Jets here, man.
Absolutely.
We're trying to get to Lambeau Fields. But I've been listening to you guys. I agree with you, especially on the Ravens. I think it's really interesting that you brought up the rookie secondary coming in and what they're going to do, because I do expect them to be really good. But when is the question? Like, when are they going to be really good? Is it from day one? I
Talking
really
about
don't
for the
know.
Jets with Sauce Gardner and then
No, I'm talking about for the Ravens.
the Ravens,
For the
Kyle
Ravens.
Hamilton, yeah.
Yeah, like they got a couple new guys. Like they're supposed to be spectacular. I agree. But when? Like week one? That's the whole thing. But then you got on the other side, you got Harbaugh. So I know that you, Greg, had this whole thing about rookie head coaches. And on the other spectrum is veteran head coaches. Right. So there's Harbaugh, who's a veteran head coach. He's going to get his guys together. They got an amazing special teams going on, especially with their rookie punter.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I think it's going to be a sloppy game, but I like you said, man, I'm really excited for Breece Hall. I think it's going to be a Breece Hall type of game. It's going to have to run it. It's going to be running on both sides. I don't think we're going to really try to test that secondary with Zach Wilson game one. And I think that they're going to run on us and test our linebackers and our new safeties. For sure.
Yeah, our running game was
one.
susceptible last season, so to see, hopefully that gets improved in this offseason. But they're definitely going to be testing it week one with Lamar Jackson and everyone they got there in the backfield. So I'm with you. I think it's going to be low scoring. I think it's going to be sloppy. But it's going to be beautiful because it's week one and the NFL is back.
Yeah, week one is back. I'm going to Lambeau. I feel really good already about this season. I know Alex was making a little joke about me taking the over 5.5. It's no joke. I'm definitely taking that over 5.5. I know the rest of the world is too. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I'm definitely smashing that over 5.5.
So I'm looking at the schedule right here, and as we talked about, we got Dolphins at week 18, right? I was looking at the last time.
Could we get a damn home game in week 18, bro? Could we get a damn home game week 18? It's impossible. We're always in Buffalo or some nonsense in
New
Miami.
England.
We're gonna need the game, bro.
It's either we're always in Buffalo, we're either in New England, or we're in Miami. The last time we're in Miami was, if I'm reading this right, was back in 2014 for the last game of the season.
Okay.
And the last time we were at last game of the season, we won. We won that game. We won that game 37-24. So last time that we played the Dolphins at the end of the season and we won. So hopefully we can bring that about and beat Tua, who, by the way, did anyone see that video of Tua throwing to
Listen,
to the cheetah?
There's nothing more I love on earth than Alex's hate of other teams, especially rivals. Like, I love how much he hates the Dolphins, and I love how I got him now on the hate Tua train, because when I saw that video, that's all I saw was that underthrow. And I'm so happy that's what he's now seeing. I'm so happy you're not like, oh, yeah, whatever, nice catch. You're like, oh, my God, Tua, he stinks. I love that.
It's not the fact that it's like he legitimately underthrew the living daylights out of it is not going to be pretty. I cannot wait to be watching that. It's going to be hilarious.
Do we want to rip through wins and losses for these, or do we just want to talk about the games?
We can give our, how about this? Let's give our overall feeling of, we're not going to dive too much into the games. That's for another episode, for another day. We're going to break all that down. But
how about this? Let's start with this. Are we going to win a division game?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a good start, guys.
Right now,
Joe Douglas
September.
has not won one. September. Well, so it's the Ravens at the opener.
Yeah. It's
going to the Browns,
AFC.
where potentially the Tratacaster could be holding Knicks, Jets, etc. down for us in Cleveland, potentially. And then we're home versus the Bengals. And
we beat the Bengals.
You want to do last time we played? I would do last time we played the Bengals all day until September 25th, because that was the game where we had our Hall of Fame quarterback. So I'm just saying. We could do that. What do you guys think about September?
I think we win one, at least.
We're winning one, and it's either the Browns or the Ravens. I'm feeling that we're going to get that one. I think the Bengals. My thing about the Bengals, I think they got that one circled. They got that circled. They got that one circled.
Exactly. Especially that's at home. They want to ruin us.
They got that one circled. Come on now.
You know who
and
else
they're trying to go back
circled?
to us.
Carl Lawson.
TJ Huzmanzada. Or no,
CJ Uzama.
TJ Huzmanzada.
I love it.
Little throwback for the kids.
What was that commercial? TJ, who's your mama?
CJ, who's your mama?
Yep. I like that.
That's a good one.
All right, so we got
CJ
Ravens week 1.
I mean, it's a good one.
I want to go Browns week 2, because Do we know who's playing quarterback right now, week 2? We
No.
don't know.
We're all under the assumption that he's going to be suspended for at least 4 games, and he is Deshaun Watson.
Okay.
Could be 6 games. And then they have this whole thing where Mayfield's there. He said he's not going to play. He hates everyone. He can't just not play, especially if he's trying to get traded to a real team. Who knows? I still don't think he's going to be a Brown by then. So I think they'll just have a backup quarterback, and that's exactly the type of game that the Jets would lose. I agree with you guys wholeheartedly. Go to Cleveland, lose to a backup quarterback. That's the most Jets game ever, especially after winning at home versus the Ravens. Especially after winning at home versus the Ravens, because MetLife is going to be rocking for the first time for a long time that I can remember.
I actually feel, and I'll say this, I'm now, the more I'm thinking about it, I think the sentimental feeling of being 9-11. Jets, the last time Jets played on 9-11 was against the Cowboys. We beat them. Revis interception, can't forget that one. Marquis Sanchez pulling it down for us, leading us down with the charge. You know what I mean? I'm
not going to fact check that. I hope that was our last 9-11 game, because that's the last one I can remember. I'm hoping that any other ones are just losses and I blocked them out of my brain. Because I think we opened last year. Did we play last year 9-11? Because I think it opened last year, and I think we lost week 1, right? Was that the Patriots game?
I'm not saying that. What? That was that 9/11? Was that 9/11? I don't know.
We can keep going. I'm just gonna trust you. I'm just gonna trust you on that, because that's the last actual positive.
I don't think it. I'm not. You're right.
From
it might not be. Yeah, it probably.
So
is
just
not
so
the
you don't
last.
start yelling at us about, no, you guys forgot this September 11th game where we lost.
It was the 12th.
Oh, okay. Carolina the 12th. All right.
The greatest.
And then the last time we played on the September 11th was that's way off. I don't know. My computer's going really wonky right now. It took me back all the way to 2000. It was when we played on 9/11 too. Hold on. Did we play on 2020? My computer's bugging out. It can't even let me do this. Anyway, I'm gonna play under the assumption. If we're wrong, just let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments if we're wrong.
We played September 11th, home against Cincinnati. Lost by a point. Fitzpatrick.
Oh
God.
I think I remember that game.
Oh God.
For some reason, we always have really good matchups in Cincinnati, and if it's in the playoffs, we win.
Okay, that's gross. Even think of Fitzpatrick. All right, so it wasn't the last. It was against the Cowboys. That was the last one. We got that correct. We got that figured out thanks to our video producer Greg. So I'm still gonna go off that sentiment though. 9/11, New York Jets playing the Ravens, 1:00 game. Going to be rocking. First game, good battle test. I'm feeling it, man. I'm feeling a win against the Ravens. I'm feeling it. So we could do that. We got that game. Browns is going to be interesting, but let's talk about this. I feel like we're gonna get some division wins. What's the division record? Let's pull this one off, because it's going to be middle of the season. Or are we banging them out before the bye or after the bye?
Oh, I like that it's split like that. I didn't even realize. We have 3-3 before and after.
Yep.
I like that. I week 9 home versus Dolphins. That feels like such an L. I don't know why.
Week 5 is October 9th.
Oh, week 5. Oh, you said I think you said week 9.
Week
Sorry.
5. Week 5, October 9 versus the Dolphins. That just feels like an L. I don't know.
I was gonna say that's our win. I thought we were gonna go 1-2
and lose back to back. Patriots, Bills going into the bye. That's a tough one for me. For some reason, man, I'm not that scared of the Bills. I know they're really good. I'm not doubting how good they are. I know that they're good, but I'm not worried about them for some reason. We always have really close matchups with them when we're clearly overmatched, and I think that we've made that gap a little closer. And I think we always get up for the Bills. We never get up for the Dolphins, man. We're usually sleeping through 3 of those quarters, and all of a sudden we're down by 2 possessions. That's how this Dolphins game feel to me, especially at home.
I feel like we're going to win the Dolphins game in the second half for the last game of the season.
That's going to be a huge game for us, man. That's why, that's going to be a huge game.
Tyreek Hill trade. He was supposed to, we got a trade accepted, but he didn't want to go here.
We lost in week 5.
Yeah. I'm feeling that one. I feel like we're going to beat I feel like if we're going to beat the Patriots, it's got to be in MetLife. And I feel like that's going to be the first division win that we get is against the Patriots at home, week 8. calling it right now.
Yeah, it's also pretty cool too. All our division games before the bye are at home, then all the division games are on the road after, which makes them a lot tougher.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
but I think like it's gonna be Miami in December will be good for the Jets. They'll be out of the cold weather. I feel like it'll help. It'll be in their advantage.
It's my Christmas. January 7th.
Yeah, that's cool too. We don't know
Yeah.
if it's gonna be a Saturday game or a Sunday game, right? Is that the 7th, 8th?
Yeah. So
Yep.
they could flex that into a Saturday game if it's like important for either of us for a division. If we're hopefully in the hunt, both of us maybe. You know,
Gotta be on the
take a shot
graphic.
at the division.
That's
but
my
I just
biggest,
want to be in the graphic.
that's my
man.
biggest goal this year. Over 5.5 wins, and my stretch goal is just be in the graphic for in the hunt. That's all I want to be.
Yeah,
In the graphic.
I have
The bar
higher
is so low.
expectations. Yeah, exactly. I have higher expectations, Alex. I have high expectations, but all I need to survive is
I need
to
to be in the
be
hunt. I need to be in the
I
hunt.
need to be in the graphic. But you guys are right. Like that's a really cool thing, right? We got the January 7th/8th game, which could be flexed, which is my Christmas. We got the January 1st game, right? New Year's
Yeah.
at Seahawks. That's really cool. We got the only primetime game on Thursday, December 22nd. And those are all back to back to back versus the Jaguars.
Of course. Of
Dude,
course. They're
poor
forcing
Jaguars. They have not gotten a Monday night in like 8 years or so, like something insane.
that. And they don't deserve it.
Yeah, why
Yeah, I
would
mean,
they?
because the Jets fans were complaining, and I don't think we deserve a primetime game either on Sunday or on Monday.
No.
Yeah,
Stop.
but
We haven't done much to deserve that yet.
those are really interesting things, man. Now that I look at it, I feel like our schedule is very nice for us, right? Half the division games before the bye, like we mentioned, and then we are on the road for them after the bye right in the middle. Patriots, Bills, bye, Patriots. I like that, dude. I don't know. I feel like we have to split a Patriots. That means, you know what I mean? If we can't lose, and then
and that's why I think it's gonna be at
Bills,
home.
bye and then lose.
That's why I feel like it's gonna be at home. Going into New England week 11 after the bye, it's kind of tough, honestly. And I feel like we haven't really done well after the bye as a team. I feel like we're always like a little sleepy after the bye. So that's why I think it's going to.
Do you know if that's the Patriots bye as well? Do the Patriots have 2 weeks to prep?
It's a great question.
That is a great
I
question.
did not. The one thing I did not care about was a disgusting Patriots schedule.
I know. I will.
But while we're getting onto that, and while we figure out if that's the Patriots, let's get some quick looks at the schedule. Is there any games that you guys are?
Their bye is also week 10.
Oh my God!
Of course, bro. Good call, Greg. This happens every year, right? Where we're always after forget what happens for us. I think they finally threw us a bone. We are always after the Patriots bye week. I don't know if that's like a thing in my brain where I just like always think that. But
You know why?
I always feel that way.
You know why? Because Bill Belichick's like, oh, I got to make a statement. I got to be very well prepared when they come to my house or I go to their house to just lay it on the Jets. And that they got to win. They definitely got to win.
You know what's
October
interesting?
30th now.
You know what's interesting
Week
about
8.
that? I don't know how much of a pull or how true this is, but I've heard it's been alluded to a bunch of times that teams have some sort of say in when their bye week's going to be, and it's not
Don't they put in a
totally
bid
out of
for
the
it?
blue. Sorry.
They put in a bid for it. They put in a bid for it.
Yeah. So I think it's actually interesting that they both got week 10. Maybe like that's just that's the prime time spot, and they both got lucky, like right in the middle of the season. You know what I mean?
I think it's also a really good spot to be in because you get half of it done, give your guys a break, finish up the remainder of the season, and get ready for the long swell because it's gonna get cold. You gotta be mentally prepared to get ready for the cold, man. Honestly, being the New England Northeast teams.
But speaking of cold, man, like what's really interesting about this schedule is, we're in New England and then at the Bears after the bye, and then we hit December. We're at Minnesota, which is indoors. We're at the Bills, but it's early December. It could be weather could probably be okay. Then we're in Detroit, probably gonna be. Are they indoor?
Home versus Detroit.
No, we're home versus Detroit.
Oh,
Yeah,
home
versus
versus
Detroit.
Detroit.
And we're
It's gonna
home
be
versus
cold.
the Bears.
That's gonna be
Yeah.
cold. That's what I'm saying.
We're home.
I'm
versus
saying, that's what I'm
Detroit.
saying.
Yeah, it's all gonna be cold.
But no, it's not. It's not that bad. Is my point actually? And then, home versus the Jaguars. That's an advantage for us, in my opinion.
Yep. Yeah, they're a Florida team.
At Seattle, I'm gonna pray to God every single day that that's Geno Smith. And then I'm gonna be the happiest person.
He's pretty good against the spread last year. Just keep that in mind. Pretty good against the spread.
I will love to face Geno Smith in week 17. I'll do anything. That's the one thing I'm noticing. Like your main question, Alex, is here. Like, what am I noticing about their schedule? Dude, week 15 we play Jared Goff. Week 16 we play Lawrence. Week 17 we play Geno Smith, and week 18 we play Tua. If we don't win, if we don't win a bunch of those games, like we shouldn't be in the, like, if we're in the hunt and we have those games to look at, I'm gonna be screaming, hitting parlays, yelling at you guys every 5 minutes if we have those games. So I'm looking forward to the last quarter of the season, man. I'm feeling optimistic about making moves. You know what I'm saying? Just a couple pawn chess pieces, a couple just slow movements during the season, and we prime ourselves for that last quarter. And there's a weak spot. So
I feel you on that. Let's wrap this up and get some quick takes out of here. What are your what's your favorite games that you got on the schedule right now that you're really like pinpointing that you're looking forward to?
Greg.
Well, for me, I have a lot riding on us playing against the Broncos. So I'm going to be watching the Broncos very heavily this year for some takes that have come under fire, even though I have mountains of evidence to back me up.
So gross.
Very interested in the Broncos and how their season's going to go. I think that's a winnable
Wilson
game
versus Wilson.
I think that's a winnable game. So I like that. And then also,
I hope it better be a winnable game. And I hope we're there with Alex and we win. That'd be great. You're
That'd be incredible. That'd be incredible.
He sucks.
All I know from this game. All I know from that game is one Wilson or a Wilson's going to win.
Ooh,
true.
But
actually, there could be multiple Wilsons at the Jets. You got two.
My other matchup that I'm really looking forward to is Week 3 at home against the Bengals. Super Bowl appearance for the Bengals. We beat them last year. Maybe we caught them off guard. Maybe we just played better that day. Whatever it may be, we know that they're coming ready to play, and we know. I just can't Sauce Gardner to me is going to be he's either going to show it or not show it against their receiving core that game. Do you have it what it takes to be a superstar of the NFL, or do you not? Yes, there's still time to develop if he has a bad game, but the stats that come out about him over and over and over are just incredible. I think I saw one here that I had pull up. He has the 5th most snaps out of any cornerback in college football at 482. Yet he allowed the 270th most yards at 122 total yards. You're talking about a guy who was dominant in his college career. So can he make that transition to the NFL? Can he do it against some of the best, maybe the best receiving core in the NFL? One of the best quarterbacks, definitely a top 10 quarterback in some people's lists. So I'm excited for it. Those are the games that I'm excited for, but John, what about you? What games do you have circled? What are you thinking about for big-time games to look forward to?
So, of course, week 1, everybody's excited. I was looking forward to the Ravens game all year. I was hoping that it wasn't week 1, to be honest with you. But
something I said earlier too is the Ravens and the Jets are the two teams I got the A+ in the drafts. So I'm excited to see how that works out.
And I'm hammering them all over for the futures. I'm hammering the Ravens to win the division. It feels easy to me. I don't know what the hell. Something's wrong with my eyes. Them and the Vikings, I just keep smashing them. So
the Vikings are crazy.
I keep taking them, dude. I have no idea. Why not? I don't know who else.
Coaching staff.
Oh, you mean I'm crazy?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about it then. I Winning Picks Weekly. The Lions, the Bears, Green Bay. I mean, that's a tough pickings, man.
Yeah.
I take your top 10 quarterback, Kirk Cousins. But anyway,
he is.
So I'm excited to see, just from a football perspective, what goes on with the Ravens. I was dying. The Ravens and the Vikings. So that's going to be fun. But I mean, if I'm being really, really honest, I can't wait for this Jets Green Bay game. Of course, that's why I went all out and I bought those tickets. I can't wait for Jets Patriots at home. That's why I bought those tickets. I need redemption. You're talking about the Bengals needing redemption, Alex? I need redemption. I need redemption from that Jets Patriots game home opener last year. I need to wash that out of my brain. We need to beat McCorkle at home. So I'm obviously excited about those two games. The at Denver's really cool. I really hope we go there, Alex, to be honest with you. I know hopefully we speak it into existence here. That's going to be a really fun one. Jets at Broncos. It's just really fun Jets atmospheric football games, man. We're going to Buffalo. Of course, we always do, but we're going to New England. We're going to Lambeau. We're going to Denver.
Didn't we go to Denver
Seattle.
last year, too?
I think so.
Wasn't that like week 3 and we played absolutely terrible?
Week 4, I think so. We always play Denver, man. We've been playing Denver. This is the third year in a row, I think. We played Denver. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, week 3 at Denver, 26-0. That's a huge. Besides my personal.
And then the year before that was a Simeon game.
Yeah, that's a huge redemption for our team going to Denver and not putting up 0 points, and then we lost the year before that, 37-28.
Yeah, dude, at Vikings, at Pittsburgh, at Cleveland, like we are at like almost every single like top stadium. Like
Seattle,
yes.
Seattle, it's so cool, man. That's what I'm excited that we're in really cool football games. I'm just hoping we're not embarrassing, man. I hope we're good and like I enjoy watching them in these stadiums. That's how like, oh, the Jets are in town. So like, you know what I mean? I hope that like everyone's like, oh, the Jets are in town. Like this is gonna be sick.
It's
They're
gonna be a good game, yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm hoping for,
sure.
Man.
Alex,
many good ones.
Wrap us up here. What do you got for your?
So definitely the Broncos. If I'm able to go out there, that'd be one, or the Browns. If I'm either one of those games, I'd be really hyped for. But the one that I do have circling, it might seem a little weird to you. I agree with John on the Patriots because I just fucking hate the Patriots. I just need to see them beat them at MetLife. I just need that to happen. I don't need to go too far into that. I live out here. I deal with it. I just go walk up and down the block of the street. It's enough. Although, shout out to our boy Shuki Rice. He talked about he tweeted about the greatest sports bar here in Boston. That owner's a Jets fan. Fun fact. So, got a got a signed Joe Willie Namath photo behind the bar. Thing is plastered to the wall so that no one could take it.
I love that.
But the game that I am circling for this is honestly football is probably agenda purposes. Circling the Vikings game. One Kirk Cousins because of the teaser.
So many agenda games with Greg. So many agenda games this year with Greg.
Because of the teaser of him being a Jet, and it's like, oh, most guaranteed contract, and like overhyping him, and now people are overhyping him. We have conversations about how him and Matt Stafford are out there being the same quarterback, which is just a wild concept to even believe. That's even a talking point. But then Greg. Then comes to Greg. Not only do we have Russell Wilson slander, but we got Kirk Cousins being propped up. I have no idea what's going on.
33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, 4th best QB rating in all football last year. But yeah, he stinks.
Yeah, stop this.
Yep,
Stop
he's terrible.
this. And he's had a great team in Minnesota. Has gone nowhere. It's amazing. Fascinating.
Ninth in passing yards.
Fascinating that he's gotten. As you see, there's a big agenda over here.
Yeah, that's a good one. I actually did think about it for the list. For the agenda, but that is a big game for me. Kirk Cousins gonna have to show out, but we're gonna have to show out more. We're gonna have to come to play and win a game, man.
I'm actually disgusted. No, we're in Minnesota.
We're in Minnesota.
Yeah,
dude,
we're at their
new
fancy new
coaching
stadium.
staff there. To your point, Alex, they haven't really been able to do anything. I think they had the most losses by 4 or less points, 8 losses last year by average margin of victory or loss by 4 points or less. They are considered a good bad team. They haven't been able to get it done with Kirk Cousins, man. I agree with you with that. So, whole new coaching staff. Dalvin Cook gets hurt a lot. Maybe that's a winnable game for us late in the season when we're going to need it. I like that.
It should be a good one. So I got that one circled, and those are my games that I got circled. And I think this is a good place to end on the schedule. I'm hyped, fellas. We got the schedule out. It's just that much closer to football. It's that much more real that we're going to see our team play. And just excitement, man. I feel like there's a lot of pent-up energy after a very good draft. After last season, we have Zach Wilson. We now got him some weapons. Defense has improved. A second year. No one's a rookie anymore. Everyone's either a sophomore or greater at this point, except for obviously the rookies that we drafted this season. But you know what my point is, that the important key piece is the quarterbacks, the coaches. Everybody is at least got a year under their belt going into their second year. So I'm looking forward to see how this team progresses. And look, I'm just excited, man. I'm just really excited.
I agree, Alex, but I have one gripe. I have really one gripe with how today went. And I hope by the time this comes out, or by the time, I hope this is old take exposed really quick. But our owner, Woody Johnson, he had a TikTok today, and he came out and he did this whole top release schedules coming out.
Yeah.
Okay, great. However, he teased that something else is coming out with that. We all know that in June of 21 or July of 21, they had that deadline where you could now get alternating helmets, which allows now throwback uniforms due to the helmet to jersey scheme, right? So now you could change it up. And this is the year that it's supposed to drop. We have the Jets schedule coming out weirdly. I know we have black jerseys, but some are blacked out. Like the bye week, obviously, but then the Bills, the Patriots, the Dolphins, and Seattle and Green Bay, Pittsburgh, they're like blacked out. I don't know if that means like just black jerseys. Are we getting black helmets? Are we getting a stripe? Are we getting the Jets logo? Like, this is my one gripe, man. Don't tease me like that. Like, give me something. I can't buy these jerseys yet. I need to buy a Jets jersey, and it can't be those. So I don't know what I'm gonna have to get an old one, customize it to some. I can't buy these. I can't walk around with XFL jerseys. So someone help me out.
I want to see. I like that old one where it's the line where it's a jet flying across on top of the Jets.
Hell yeah!
But I also like the old school jet logo like this too.
Oh, yeah.
That one's fine too. That one's fine as long as we have some sort of plane, some sort of jet, something, bro. Give me something. So I'm kind of annoyed at that. I know it's stupid. I know it's silly. It's very off-season-y. But dude, the owner made a TikTok, right? And he said he's gonna surprise me. It's time to be surprised. Let's go. 8:00 is here.
Look, man, he's just trying to be like Stevie Cohen of the New York Mets. I was on the phone with
Green Bay for 2 hours. They gave me they helped me out. Where's the surprise, bro? That's all I'm saying.
He's trying to be Stevie Cohen, but he ain't Stevie Cohen, Alex.
Nobody's Stevie Cohen.
No one's Uncle Stevie, bro. Have yet to lose a fucking series. It's halfway through May. Haven't lost a series yet.
I don't think the Yankees have lost either, have they?
Yeah, you lost to the Orioles.
The Orioles.
Okay. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be my team. 4-1 today against the Nationals.
On that note.
Couldn't be me.
On that note, on that note, thank you everyone for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, Etc. podcast. You know what to do. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're on Apple, Spotify, Google Play, Amazon, Alexa, Stitcher, you name it. We are there. If you listen to us on Apple or Spotify, please make sure to give us that 5-star rating. And if you listen to us on Apple, please make sure to leave a comment. We're also on YouTube. Find us at Knicks, Jets, etc. Period. Subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That way you know when a new episode drops. And when you watch a video, hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let us know what you think about this video. Let us know what you think about the schedule. Come on. It's released. I'm going to say it right now. Jets are winning somewhere between 7 to 8 games. All right. I'm that confident.
Alex got the over. Alex has us in the home.
Oh, yeah.
Range.
Oh, yeah.
What a range. 7 to 8 games. I like that.
Listen, I already have a bet.
I haven't looked fully at the schedule, Greg. I haven't looked fully at the schedule and everyone else's. So I'm going to say 7 to 8.
I like the over, though. I'm with you. Over.
Let's
How do we
go.
feel about Jets playoffs plus 800 right off the bat here?
Okay. What's like I said.
Plus
right.
800.
Let me look at the schedule.
I have a Jets over Giants bet for dinner already.
I like that.
So Greg, you let me know if you're believing the Jaguars again this year.
Nope.
Let's go Jets.
Yeah. So you already know. And then while you're over at the page,
let's go.
While you're at the page, you know what we got? We got another podcast, Winning Picks Weekly. John, video producer Greg, our boy Chip Murphy. These guys go through everything. If you need to place a bet down, make sure to check these guys out. Make sure to do so responsibly. Any sport, every sport, these guys got you covered. Well, I won't say every sport. Most sports, especially the big four. NHL, MLB, NBA, NFL, these guys got you covered. College hoops, when it comes to March Madness, they've done that. I don't know if they're going to do some college football.
Castellanos, MLS top goal scorer, Liverpool, UEFA Champions League.
Oh, they're doing everything,
bro.
Whoa.
We got everything.
Woo. Good Lord. Well, you already know what that means.
World
Make sure
Cup
to go
around
check
the
them out
corner?
and go listen.
Let's go.
Hey, and you know what? Before we get out of here, before I say that, John, you might be happy. You probably placed a bet on this. Your boys took the big fat L today in the NBA.
Yo, if you're listening still, go check out Chip Murphy's Twitter. We've been tweeting out our parlay. I'm ready for this Heat series ended. I had these Heat the whole way. Now we just need the Warriors to end this real quick. If the Rangers come back, I'm 1,000-air. That's all I'm telling you right now.
Let me say. I'll tell you this about fun fact about the Heat and the 76ers. When the Heat are up 2-0, they are now 17-0. When the Philadelphia 76ers are down 0-2, they are now 0-14.
Interesting. Let me tell you another stat. This one is outside of this one is Manalytics. Doc Rivers stinks. James Harden stinks. Joel Embiid can't stay healthy. That's it. That's it. Tobias Harris inconsistent. Danny Green done. Manalytics.
Danny Green's knees look wonky.
No, it's done.
Man's going to be okay. And then last and certainly not least, while we got that little bit of tidbit,
God, we'll get that back in. The Lakers. I hope Doc Rivers goes to the Lakers. That would be perfect. Or the Nets.
Next episode is going to be really interesting. Make sure to check that one out. But last and certainly not least, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. You name it, we are there. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in for another Jets episode of the Knicks, Jets, etc. podcast. We out.
Hit the subscribe button. Let's go, Jets.